Okay, so today I have to do a house cleaning video while I wait for the approval on that bakery logo that we did. We're going to do it in Affinity Designer today. Let's go ahead and get that opened up. But also, we're going to be doing a website for that bakery. And so I need to create some column guides, custom column guides for the website. I've been watching some videos on how other people do it, and I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here and show you how I do it. Standard screen sizes for a web. Okay, so the top 10 most common screen resolutions are 1920 by 1080, 360 by 800, 1366 by 768, 1280 by 720, and 1536 by 864. I was going to do a website at 1120 just to be safe. That's what I typically do it. I do one at 1120. I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. We'll close out of here. We will go to new. Let's take a look at these resolutions. I will go ahead and do one 1440. That's your laptop size. Okay. And then I will create a rectangle right here. Doesn't matter what size because we're going to change it. Make sure your snap is on, and I leave the defaults to my snapping. I just leave whatever it comes with, and if I have to change it, I go ahead and change it. I go down to the transform panel down here in my lower right, but I did a video on this before, how to create custom columns, and I also did a video on how to create a custom layout, so I will put links in the descriptions for those. But if you don't see transform, it's under window. Now that I'm using Affinity 2, here's your transform, and you can turn that on or off. It used to be under studio, but they moved it under window now. Let's grab our tool, our arrow tool, and that's V. You just press V on your keyboard, and then when you see that, that's the center guide, and that's kind of what we want. I also have my rulers on, and I believe that that's right here, or it's also Control R. So you can turn your rulers on, and then you can just drag guides out from the left and from the top as well, although I don't need one from the top. Basically, the artboard size is the display size, and this area right here is my web page size. I want to do 2 column layouts, custom columns, and I will show you what that looks like. Let's just go ahead and open this up here. We'll open up Firefox, custom web page column layouts, and we'll go to images. So this is what I'm looking for right here, this idea. Although I'm not going to do a 4 column, but you certainly can once you learn this technique. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to do a 12, which I believe this one is, and I want to do a 6, which I'm not seeing here. We'll go back to Affinity. And so how do we get 6 even columns across this 1120 span? Let's open up our calculator here. That's right here. And I know that when you have 6 columns, I also want to have a 20 pixel gutter in between each. If you noticed here, these are gutters. The white spaces in between are called gutters. And I'm going to do my gutters 20 pixels wide. If we have 6 columns, I am not going to create a gutter on the left here, and I'm not going to create a gutter on the right here. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 gutters times 20 pixels. That gives me 100, and we know that we're starting with 1120, and we minus 100. That's going to give us a size of 1020. We'll minimize this for now. We're going to need it for the 12 columns. Well, what we didn't do here is this is only 920. I forgot to make it 1120. So let's go ahead and make it 1120, and we'll set our guides here. That was a mistake on my part. All right, so this is 1120, but we know we're going to make it 1020. So we want to do 1020, and this is the part that a lot of people are forgetting, is that let the application do the work for you. I do /6 for our 6 columns down in the transform under the width. Boom. And that is the width of 1 column. I do a Control J, and I drag it over, give it a little bit of a gutter, just guesstimate, and then I just do a Control J, Control J, Control J. What is that, 5? And Control J. That makes it 6. So now what I want to do next is I want to take this and I want to drag it to the right. And it doesn't matter the distance, we're going to fix all that. We highlight everything. This is called a marquee. Long pressing the left mouse button. I'm just holding the left mouse button down and I'm marqueeing. And you grab that and you've highlighted all your boxes and you come up here. Again, let the application do the work for you and you do a tidy up. And now you have 6 even columns. And I believe we should be 20 pixels wide, and we can check that by doing that. And we check down here, and indeed, right here, we are 20 pixels. Okay, we scroll out, scroll wheel, holding control, scrolls out, scroll wheel up, scrolls in. You let go of control, you can scroll down, you can scroll up. So we'll do that. Now what we can do is, since this is going to just possibly be our header and our hero space right here and maybe a little content, let's go ahead and make this taller so we can go to document setup, and I typically go about 2000 pixels tall, and we click OK, and that's your typical web page starting point. And then I highlight all of these, I drag them down, and you can drag them as tall or as shallow as you'd like. I also don't like that color. I'm going to do a blue. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to undo that. I'm going to show you a little trick here, another pro tip here. I'm going to undo that. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I've got all of my layers highlighted here. I'm going to do a Control G and I'm going to throw it into a group, and I'm going to go ahead and call this 6 call guide, and we'll just leave that. But you can do the whole thing as a group. You can change the color. I can make it purple, I can make it green, I can make it blue like I liked. Okay, and now instead of doing each individual one, I can do the whole group down to 7%. And that's kind of where I like. I probably will go down to a 5% as I work. And now this makes sure that everything, when I start putting in logos and I start wireframing, which is what we're going to do, and I'll show you what a wireframe is. Let's open up a new tab. Wireframe, web page example. These are wireframes right here. Here's an example of a wireframe. These look hand-drawn. So basically what you do is you plan out your web page. What having these columns right here allows you to do is it allows you to align all of your objects on the page nice and neatly. So these are tips of the trade. If you already know this, now you got another technique to throw into your bag of tricks. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's turn this off and let's go again. This time we're going to do 1120. We're going to draw a rectangle. This time we need the calculator. We are going to have, let's clear this out. We are going to have 12 columns. Now we know that we had 5 gutters with a 6 column layout. So that's probably going to hold true with a 12 column layout. We're only going to need 11 gutters. And we know that they're going to be 20 pixels each. So times 20, and that's 220. Let's clear that. And we go 1120 minus 220. That's 900. So now we can close that down. We have our size. So now we go down to 900 and we can divide it by 12. If you look down there in the transform panel, you can see that I have 900/12. And there's our single column. Now we can zoom in and we can V again, grab our arrow tool. We just want to do a Control J. So now we have a duplicate. You grab the duplicate and just drag it over. And then you just do a Control J. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this last one needs to be over here. And we highlight all of them. We come up to our alignment drop down and we tidy up. We space them evenly, and there's our 12 column layout. We highlight all these. We want to put it in a group, and we will call this one 12 call guide. And I will go ahead and put this up on my webpage for you to download for yourself. If you want to just take the Affinity file, save it as a PDF, and I'll save it as an ESP or an EPS, excuse me. ESP. Okay, and then what we do is we drop this down to a 5%. And there you go. You've got your custom columns. Remember, the original intent of this, dividing up a brochure And I was also dividing up, I believe, a flyer. I was dividing it up into 3 easy columns quickly. And you can do it for as many columns as you want. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, well, that's all I got for today. Oh, I wanted to show you my webpage. I added another area to my webpage for you to download it, O'Brien Design. And you just head on up here to merch. You click on merch. And here it is. Oh, yeah, I've got some wallpapers here if you're interested. I do custom wallpapers just for fun. But here it is right here. You click to download it right here. And it'll automatically download. Okay? All right, well, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And if you like videos like this, hey, please subscribe. I'd certainly appreciate it, and I thank you very much. All right, well, you have a great day, and we'll see you the next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Stressed about website maintenance? Let us handle it. Sign up for our stress-free maintenance services. Contact us today at simplyweb.me. That's simplyweb.me.